Hey there! How about we settle in for a wonderful story tonight? This is all about a curious little boy who absolutely adored books and grew up to be a very special leader, loved by children everywhere. So, let's begin. Okay, so picture this. A long time ago in a big, beautiful house called Anand Bhavan. That's where our story starts. A little baby boy was born there and his family named him Jawahar. But you know, Jawahar wasn't just any ordinary little boy. Oh no. He was absolutely filled with wonder. He'd look up at the dark night sky and ask these amazing big questions. Questions like, why do stars shine? I mean, have you ever wondered that? He was just that kind of kid, always asking why. He was so curious about everything. And lucky for him, his house was just bursting with books and stories. They really became his first ever friends, sparking his imagination and starting a love for learning that would last his whole life. So as he got a little older, that love of learning took him to the next chapter of his life. It was time for a big journey, really far from home, where he'd meet a new best friend. A friend called education. He actually traveled all the way to England to go to school. And yeah, it was super exciting, but you can imagine, sometimes he got a little lonely. He missed his home and his family. So what do you think he did? Yep, he turned to his old, trusted friends, his books. They were always there for him, teaching him all about science, history, and these huge ideas, like freedom. And through all that reading, he discovered something really important, a lesson he kept with him forever. He realized that education is a friend that never leaves you. It's true, isn't it? The things you learn really do become a part of you. Yeah, when he finally came back home to India, he brought all of that amazing knowledge back with him. But he also brought something else, a huge dream for his country's freedom. And he knew, deep down, that the real key to building a new, bright future for India, well, it was the children. And even when things got tough, he never, ever stopped sharing what he knew. He'd write these long, amazing letters to children, and they were just filled with the most wonderful stories. He wrote about ancient civilizations, far-off planets, giant dinosaurs, and of course, the beautiful rivers and mountains of his own home, India. He just knew that the very best way to learn anything is through a really good story. After a while, India did become a free country. And guess what? Jawahar became its very first prime minister. That's a huge deal. But for all the kids in India, he was known for something, well, something much simpler. Something so sweet. This is the part of the story about the man with the rose. You see, every single day, without fail, he wore a fresh red rose right on his coat. Why a rose? Have you ever thought about that? Well, one day, someone asked him why he always wore one, and his answer was just beautiful. He said, "Children are like flowers. They must be cared for with love." So for him, that little rose wasn't just a pretty flower. It was a promise, a symbol of his love for every single child in the country. He was just so kind and so loving, Kind of like a favorite uncle you love to visit. And because of that, kids all over India started calling him by a special nickname, Chacha Nehru. And Chacha, that just means uncle. It was their special way of saying, hey, you feel like family to us. And all of that love, it created something that has lasted for a very, very long time. It's a dream that still lives on today, especially on one very special day for every child in India. It's true, because he loved children so much, his own birthday became a national holiday called Children's Day. And on that day, he had a really important message he wanted every single child to hear and remember. First, that every child is important. Yes, you. Second, that every child can dream as big as they want. And third, that every child can help build the future. That's some serious power, right? So as we start to wrap up our story, let's try and hold on to some of his gentle wisdom. Think of it like a little bedtime reflection he left for all of us. First up, ask questions. Always. Stay curious about this big, amazing world we live in. Next thing, read stories. Lots and lots of them. Let them whisk you away on incredible adventures and teach you things you never even imagined.
And, maybe the most important one of all, be kind. Always be kind to other people, and don't forget to be kind to yourself, too.
And what was his final wish for you? It was this. Just like that beautiful red rose he wore so proudly, remember to bloom with everything you've got wherever you happen to be planted.